Is there anything else that I need to tell you about before I go? I think I was thinking of making sure this martingale is adjusted properly. But the whole point, like I said, of the martingale, if a horse raises his head up, it keeps the pole down lower. And I have spent my life getting, riding with my hands in the correct position and thinking about it all the time. But if you get your hands up too high, this martingale will keep the pole down lower where it's supposed to be. But when I first start a horse in a bridle, if they have a tendency to lift their nose up, I'll sometimes use a martingale on them a bit, because you've got a young horse starting out, you're setting up a series of habits for them.
Mm-hmm.
If the only thing they know when you pick up the reins is go like this, they don't go like this. That pressure means drop your nose to the bridle and nothing else. And sure, if they get scared enough or excited enough, they'll come apart. But she doesn't have that disposition anyway. But it's just an aid. And if you're comfortable, we probably don't need this. I'm just going to show you. And if you ride in the snaffle bit, I would recommend having the martingale on her when you ride with a snaffle all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because like I said, if they raise their head up, you're just stretching their lips, pulling on the corners of their mouth. And the pressure has to be on the bars for it to mean anything to them.
So between the snaffle and this bit, which one would you say, as far as like when we're posseing and getting her used to the guns even more, which one would you have somebody that's on her in?
I would tell you that you don't teach a horse anything in a curb bit.
Okay, so it needs to be the snaffle.
Yep.
Okay.
And when they're
and
good,
the snaffle has the martingale. Okay.
Yeah, when
Just
they're good
keep 'em
in
together.
when they're good in a snaffle, when they're solid in a snaffle, then you put the curb bit on.
Okay.
You don't try to teach a horse anything in a curb bit.
Okay. So this is just the maintaining setup.
Well, this is what you're going to ride her in eventually. When you should ride her in this bit, ride her around and do all this slow stuff with the snaffle bit first until you get to know her and are comfortable working together,
go to the curb.
And then put the curb bit on her. So
Okay.
I want you to get on her now.
And fill.
What's that?
And just get a fill. Is she?
Yeah.
I'm sure her she's a little different in it.
What I want to show you is a little bit of rein handling with the curb bit, and she neck reins, but you want to use the neck rein and then the direct rein, and the neck rein and the direct rein. If she doesn't respond well enough to the neck rein, you want it. The neck rein is the indirect rein, and obviously the direct rein is pulling them in the direction you want to go. Just think of it in direction and direct. But you also want to use your legs too, because a horse will, particularly in an event like mounted shooting, where your other horse, you can drop the reins and use the shotgun or the rifle. They're riding her off weight and leg pressure. So if you don't use your legs, you're kind of just going straight.
Right.
So, but it takes a lot of repetition, and you got to be consistent and practice correctly. It doesn't help at all to practice wrong. So go ahead and get on her and step up on the block and hold your whip up and ask her to move her hip over. Hold
Should I?
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go. There she is. Now just
Good
push your
girl.
whip down and clamber up there. Get your reins figured out. And we'll let you ride around a little bit, and then we'll check the cinch again. Yeah, just walk around, let her look at stuff, and your right rein is slacker than your left, so make sure your reins are even. Go ahead and trot a couple of laps. Just put your hands forward and sit forward a little bit and just ask her to speed up a little bit. And then when you want her to slow down, just sit back and drop your hand again. Sit, lean forward a little bit, and put your hands forward. Ask her to go faster. Now put your left leg on her and ask her for her right lead. There you go. Keep going. All the way around. Use your leg. Use your neck rein, your left leg. Now just sit down and say trot. Right lead, left leg, and try to go a little faster, Jolee. And all you have to do when you want her to move out, just put your hand forward, lean forward a little bit, use your leg. When you want to slow down, just sit back and drop your hand back.
Should I go for my walk or trot?
Well, I want you to lope her, and then when you get to where you are now, after a couple of circles around, sit back and just say walk. So I want you to know how to do those transitions. Now just sit back and tell her to walk.
Walk.
Now when you want to do your transitions, like you're loping along and you want her to walk, you just you don't have to lean back. You just kind of sit down and settle your weight in the saddle and tell her to gait or trot or walk or whatever.
Okay.
Don't lean back.
Okay.
Just kind of shift your weight back in the saddle a little bit and give her the verbal command. And if she doesn't respond, pick up your rein.
Oh.
Don't say walk, walk, walk over and over because it will lose its meaning to her.
Okay.
So I want you to pick up your left lead, use right leg, kiss to her, and we'll lope around here and practice those downward transitions a couple of times.
Okay.
Right leg is smooth. There you go. Circle across the middle. Keep going. You gotta learn to feel her if she's gonna quit on you.
Okay.
Drop to a trot or something. And at certain spots, like up there in that corner, she always wants to break on you, so you need to be prepared for that. And you will learn your horse as you ride her more. Keep loping, you'll learn her as you ride her more and be able to anticipate these things.
Okay.
There you go, keep her going. When you come across the middle, say trot.
Trot.
There you go, keep her going. Keep her trotting. Instead of trot, not walk. So you want to keep her trotting. You've got to be really consistent with your command.
Okay.
Now ask her for that lope again. Left lead. There you go. Make another circle and then we'll ask her the walk across the middle. Give her the word.
Walk.
There you go. Keep her going. You didn't say stop, you said walk. Pick up your rein, put your left leg on her, move. That's excellent, excellent. Ride forward. Come on back down here. We want to stay in this half of the arena so I don't have to holler. Do it again. Pick your left hand up and put your left leg on her, move over. Make sure you're only using your left leg. Kiss to her, keep it going. Great. Ride forward. Now do the opposite thing. Right leg. There you go, Jolee.
Good girl.
Straight ahead, straight forward. Don't let her wander off the path. You're on a line here, and you just side fastener, half fastener off the line. You've got to do this enough to where you're confident in your cues and you're working together. Now same thing, just align here and move her over to the right. Use more range, pick your hand up a little bit, use that leg, smooch to her. Now ride her forward. That forward motion is important.
Okay.
Now pick your hand up and move her to the left. Right leg. Drop your leg back a little bit, press on her, ride forward. There you go. And just say whoa. Whoa. Now when you ask her to back up, you're not going to pull. Just lift your hand a little bit and put your feet forward and kind of tap on the shoulder. Let's say back. Put your feet forward if you can. Tap her. And when she starts backing up,
Good girl.
quit.
Good girl.
Release the A's. If you put the A's on, your feet create motion, your hands direct the motion. So basically the back rep, you're telling her to go forward, you're telling her to move.
Right.
But you're telling her with your hand to stop.
Okay.
If you tell her to stop, and then you tell her to move, you can't go
Confused.
forward.
Yeah.
And she will get forward. Once she's paying attention, like I showed you yesterday, you just lift your hand up and she'll back up. But she's got to be thinking about it.
Yeah.
So lift your hand up, stay back, and tap your feet.
Back. Oh.
Okay, now she'll back in circles or whatever you want. And you can steer her going backwards. And if you want to move her hip over, you drop your leg back and push on her here. Go ahead and push on her with your leg and move her hip around. Now quit. Now ride her forward a little bit and do it again. You got, there you go. You basically got three positions with your leg. You got 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, and 3 o'clock, and then 2 o'clock is neutral. And then what you think is 1, 2, 3 for foot position. And if I say position number 3, you know to move your leg back and move the hip over. Position number 1, you tap her and move her backwards. And with your leg right